everybody? Welcome back to another video on Spectre channel. And today I'm going to be showing you how to make a typewriter effect inside of Roblox. You know how those story games have that cool typewriter effect where it says, it's like you type in. Let's say, let me just insert a sample script. So it says, I am the Lord Azio. It's like that cool typing effect. Today I'm going to show you how to do that automatically instead of having to go by like ZE, and stuff like that. But how this is going to do it automatically. So before we begin, make sure you subscribe, like, and turn on notifications, and to be notified when I upload another video. So no further ado, let's begin this tutorial. So yeah, so let's go ahead and create a module script, replicated storage. Okay, and now let's go ahead and name this Animate UI. If I can type right, Animate UI, just like this. Now let's go ahead and get a couple of definitions out the way. Oops, excuse me. Okay, so if I obviously want to do changes to animate UI, I just copy and paste that into there. First, we need to define a couple of variables. So we need to define localization. This is so if you have like a multi-purpose or global game, you can add like translation automatically. So localization service equals game get service localization service, and then local players equals game get service players, and then let's do local source underscore locally equals or get equals en. Let's do local translator equals nil. So well, obviously this is just defining some stuff, and en is usually for like America and United Nations and stuff like that. Now if you would, I'm gonna show if y'all want a video on how to set up a translator, let me know in the comments below. So anyways, let's go ahead and begin this tutorial, or begin scripting our main script. So obviously we're going to need to define a function. So name this function, and sorry if I'm speaking a little low, it's 10:35 p.m. and my family is asleep, so I have to be a little quiet. So animate UI, because I'm in the living room recording this. So load translator, we're just going to have this in case if you do find out a way to do this without my help, which you can. I'm not saying it's impossible. I'm just going to be surprised. Because, well, actually, no, because I like to see y'all getting better at scripting. That's the entire purpose of my channel. So translator, translator equals localization service, get translator for player, async, players, local player. So it's just getting the localization area for that player, or the local player. So it kind of sets it up, but yeah. So let's do if not translator. That means if you have it set to nil, then if not translator, then pcall function. We can go ahead and close out the parentheses. Translator equals localization service. Get translator for locally async source locally. Okay, so now that we've finished with that script, we can go ahead and resume. So now let's go ahead and create a new function called function animate UI. The top type right GUI object, which this is just going to be a frame, text, and then, or your text label, excuse me, text and the delay between characters. So now let's do GUI object dot visible. Ooh, dot visible. Ooh, I cannot spell equals true. GUI object dot auto localize, excuse me, equals false. And then local display text equals text. Okay, so now we're going to do translate text if possible. So now let's go ahead and do if translator. If there's a translator, then we're going to translate. We're going to do translator translate GUI object and then text, and then we're done with that. So now we're just gonna do replace line, line, break tags. So graph, I can never say this, graph mean loop will not miss those characters. So this is if you decide to edit your text inside of your text file. So we will not miss those characters. So yeah, we're gonna do a little bit of goopity gloss. So just pay attention carefully. If you want the source code of the module script, I'm gonna be releasing this for free this time. However, future tutorials is gonna not really be free because I need monies. I'm trying to save me up for a dropback. So anyway, display text equals display text. G sub, I'm gonna do BR percent sign S store, and then backslash, I want to do comma, forward slash, and we'll change for new line. Okay, so now let's do display text, G sub, okay, double parentheses, quotation marks, open arrow, bracket, open bracket, up arrow, open arrow, close arrow. Excuse me, y'all. And I'm back, y'all. Sorry about that. So now we're going to do close bracket. I'm going to do a little arrow. Oh, no. I'm going to do minus sign and then close arrow, comma, and then just open string. So then I'm going to do set translated / modified text on parent GUI object dot text equals display text. So now I want to do local index equals 0 for forced last in UTF-8 dot graph means, once again I cannot say that, display text do index index equals index index equals index plus 1. I want to do GUI object dot max visible graph means equals index. And I want to do wait delay between characters, and then boom, that's it. Simple little script, not much. However, that was a lot to do. And now we'll finish with our module script. And now I'm gonna go ahead. But also, if your experience's source language is not English, aka EN, change the local code for source locally, which is this, to match the source language in localization settings. So let me go ahead and save this to Roblox. I don't need team create, so give it a minute to load. I'm back. So now let's go to this, and now go to localization in your game settings. And then just give it a minute to load. And now source, and then obviously we're just gonna use enable translated content in game. Make sure you enable that actually. But yeah, just make sure you set the source language to whatever you have it in. I love you, Gamma. Alright. So now let's go ahead and go to GUI and add an explain GUI, which you probably already have. Let me add a text label. Let me just set my size real quick. So I'm just gonna do a simple little text label. Okay, I'm gonna add a little UI corner so it looks a little pretty. 71, 71, 71. I like having this grayish little background. And since I'm on a laptop, I have to use these out so I can get an accurate position. Okay, that looks good enough. So now I'm gonna go ahead and put the text to, you can leave it blank, which I'm gonna do. And I'm just gonna set text to white and boom. Well, I'm gonna actually just set this to like a no, let's do creepers as the font face. Okay, now I want to do insert. Now I want to do insert a local script into the text label. And now I'm going to do local replicated storage. Local replicated storage equals game get service replicated storage. I want to do local animate UI equals require, because we got to require the content inside of the module script. So replicated storage, wait for child, and it's pronounced module script. Module, not module, model script. It's pronounced module. It's a fancy version of model. So anyway, now we're gonna obviously just quote our animate UI function, and now let's go ahead and do local label. It's obviously script.parents. Then I want to do load translator if game is localized. I want to do animate UI dot load translator parentheses obviously. So now you can set this to whatever you want. I'm going to leave a example text in the description below that you can use. So actually no, so I'm going to go ahead and set like a little sample text that you saw in the example shown at the beginning of the video. And I'm back. So I went ahead and set the text. So this is exactly what's going to show what you saw in the beginning of the video in that example. So now we need to use animate.typewrite. And now we need to, so we identified label as what we want to animate. So we need to specify that. And now when obviously we want to animate message 1, which what you would have to your text. And now we can set the duration between, or the delay between characters. I recommend setting it to about 0.05 because it's a little just decent. So now task.wait, we just can do 1. Okay, now I'm gonna do, you don't have to have more than 1 message, but I am because it's just for the tutorial. And once again, this is exactly what you're gonna see, what you saw in the beginning of the video. I'll come back to you after I finish typing this in that back. So that one didn't take me as long to type. So now we're gonna obviously need to animate this. So animate UI.typewrite label message 2 this time, and then 0.05. And then boom, you're finished. So we go ahead and, run the game. Just give it a minute to load. I gotta give it a minute. Okay, just see, yep, there we go. Well, I messed something up. As you can see, it's, let's close this out. As you can see, it is typing all of this into a animated typing script. Yeah. So I obviously messed something up, and I do not feel like going to try and figure out what I messed up. So yeah, it was probably something in what the actual code here. But anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed today's video. I surely did. And remember, if you the module script will be linked in the comments below, or no, in the description below. So hope you enjoyed today's video, and I hope to see you next time on the Spectre channel. Goodbye, everybody. Peace.